Guys, today am here to talk to you guys about goal setting. And the reason why I want to talk to you lot about it is because I do see that sometimes when we making or when we writing down our goals, we oftentimes do not achieve them. And there might be many reasons for that. But as I'm in my room right now, what I want to share with you guys is how you can take this approach that I have taken the last few months that has helped me, achieving the smallest goals. Because it's all about setting goals and then breaking those goals into sub goals, small goals, and ultimately all the way to like daily habits and whatnot. So, what I want to ask you guys first of all is really truly just ask yourself, how much control over your life do you think you have? How much control over your overall life do you think you have? And I'm talking about the things you can control, right? I'm not talking about some superficial things here where me and you haven't got control over that, like the weather. Some things that only God can, make it happen. We can't control that, for example. So when settling goals, I want you to imagine that and think to yourself, how much control over these ideas, these goals that you have set, do you have? How much control do you have over your life? Is that being controlled by your parents, your boyfriend, girlfriend, family, friends? Or do you have to control that? Do you control your life and you can make some decision to then get to your goal? And so, if you have a pen, I'll probably leave this down there somewhere. This is what I want to help you guys achieve your goal. And the best way to help and think about that is to have a particular scenario that I can share with you guys. So when looking at long-term goal, let's say one of my goals now is to run a marathon, a 42 kilometers marathon, right? This is the long-term goal. This is the goal, for example. But let's say I give myself 6 months, right, to do that, which is very well possible. And I'm assuming this is, again, just for context, just to give you guys an idea how you can go about setting goals and then setting goals and make sure you achieve them. At least you might get closer to them. So once you have your goal in mind, which is in this case to do a marathon, then we need to break that down into sub goals, right? Or like I call it, short-term goals. Like we need to have short terms before we can achieve that long term. A short-term goal for this case, it might be a half marathon. That might be just one of the short-term goals. You may want to conquer that. And then you can break that down into even more small goals, right? So then what you can start looking at is this short-term goal of running a half marathon. We can break it down further into something that we can call it daily habits, right? And those daily habits could involve things like making sure every week, every day, we train 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week. We do all type of exercises, we do sprint, we do runs, and because you're running for 42 kilometers, maybe you're not a runner at all. Then what you gotta do, you gotta ease into it. Then we're gonna look into the daily habits, the core habits you need to have in order to enable you to achieve the long-term goal of running a full marathon. And before we get to the full marathon, we could do something like run a half marathon. And before we do to get the half marathon, which is about 21 kilometers, then we break that down into 10 kilometers. Then we break it down further down into 5 kilometers, and further down to your daily sort of habit or daily routine, where we try to make sure at least we run 1 kilometer a day. Doesn't have to be every day, but at least 3-4 times a day. You know, we do go to the gym, we work out, we stretch our body, we look after ourselves. All these small goals, they're still very important. The big goal is there. So you gotta look into it like, okay, fair enough, full marathon, a marathon, that's what I wanna do. The short-term goal is half marathon. Now, what can I do every day to help me achieve that half marathon? And you can start by making sure you're training. Obviously, you gotta be obviously physically well. So make sure you have a routine. And that routine can involve going to the gym, doing all type of strengthening work and workouts, wherever it makes you feel happy, and incorporate cardio in your routine. And every time you're at the gym, let's say 3 times a week, you also do a 1 kilometer to start with, then 2 kilometers maybe every time you're at the gym, and you're gonna ease yourself into that. Because the more you run, because you gotta put things into practice. If you're not a runner, then you have to start somewhere, right? You don't have to start with 5 kilometers, but you gotta start somewhere. Even if that means half kilometer, you gotta start somewhere. And that's it. You break that goal down into so many things, but what really is important here is that the daily habits, your daily habits are very important. So if you're someone who trains 3-4 times a week, then you can go to the gym and make sure you run whenever you finish your workout, or you just go a day where you just strength training. You will plan your day in a sense that will help you achieve that goal. And that applies to everything, every single goal that I have in my life now. You gotta make it, you gotta turn that into daily habits. It has to be that way, so you can achieve the bigger goals. Bit by bit, every day, you run, you stretch, you do some type of strengthening training, you keep on doing that every day. And every day, every week, you will start to increase your distance. 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, next week, 5 kilometers, the week after that, 10 kilometers or more, depending how you feel. But you gotta ease into that. And once you notice you can run a 10 kilometers, wow, challenge yourself, then put yourself in a position where you get a chance to do the half marathon. And that's it really. Break it down as much as you possibly can into daily habits. And that's the key thing here. And I have I can't even say much, but I can imagine that you will achieve your goals. Of course, some goals are more difficult than others, but the mindset, the strategy is the same. Think about it. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you're having a good one, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Bye.